All right, good morning, everybody. Friday team call. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to see all your bright, shining faces. Hope everybody's having a great week. Getting excited to see you guys in person next week. So 1 week from now, we'll all be sitting there having a good time. So welcome to Friday team call. Let's get on to some leaderboards. Hope everybody's having a good week. Obviously, still have time today to get business in for the week, but let's get what we've got for now on the leaderboards. Let me grab the right page. All right, so top 10, Mr. Mark Roberts with 3 applications, $1,493, direct to John Paul Vetter. Mr. Eric Sullivan, 2 applications, $1,515, direct to John Paul. Jenny Gray, 3 applications, $1,873, direct to John Paul. Brad Higgins, 1 application, $1,970, direct to Eric Sullivan. Spencer Cushion, 3 applications, $2,108, direct to myself. Donna Bates, 4 applications, $2,680, direct to Spencer Cushion. Sean Cochran, 1 application, $4,223, direct to Mark Roberts. If you're going to write 1 application, better make it at least $4,000 or higher. So good job. All right, Terry Myers, 6 applications, $6,030, direct to Stella Dinwiddie. Congratulations, Terry, number 3 spot, and 6 applications. That's a nice app count there. Stella Dinwiddie had app count lead for the week, 7 applications, guys, 7 applications, app count lead. Great job, Stella, leading from the front, $6,699. And the number 1 this week, Mr. John Paul Vetter, 6 applications, $7,939. We're going to take a pause here because that also put Mr. John Paul Vetter over lifetime personally written $1 million. Guys, huge hats off. Just a huge shout out to John Paul for that accomplishment. And anybody, even if you're brand new and you're making your calls and you realize what it takes just to get, or 15, 20 appointments just to get 5 apps on the board in any given week and to do $1 million lifetime production, just huge accomplishment. So great job, John Paul. We're going to have him on here in a minute to share some thoughts, but wanted to pause there and give a shout out on that huge milestone. So month to dates. So let's hit top 10 real quick. Donna Bates, 6 applications, $4,480. Stacy Love, 8 applications, $4,583. Sydney Lee, 6 applications, $5,043. Heather Geidinger, 1 application, $7,500. Jenny Gray, 13 applications. Looks like Jenny and Terry are tied for app count lead so far for the month. So ladies, keep trucking. You're doing a great job. 13 applications for Jenny at $9,676. And Terry Myers, also with 13 applications and just not even $100 ahead of her at $9,743. So that's a neck and neck race. So let's good job. Let's keep trucking. Spencer Cushion, 8 applications, $13,627. John Paul Vetter, 9 applications, $13,917. Stella Dinwiddie, 12 applications, $16,043. And so far, number 1 for the month, new rider also on the month, Mr. Sean Cochran, 4 applications, $18,421. So great first month coming out of the gates. Sean, let's keep pedal to the metal, my friend. You're doing a great job. And we've still got next week. Obviously, guys, be thinking ahead. I know travel days, probably some of you for Wednesday, some on Thursday. Some of you may be rolling in Friday morning. Doesn't matter as long as you get there and get there on time. But plan out your week accordingly. Don't get yourself caught in the catch-22 where you think, I'll get to it. And then, you've got to leave for conference and you're rolling in short. And then you're worried about, that while you're sitting there in conference trying to focus on the speakers, but kind of one eye on the checkbook and one eye on the stage. So don't do that to yourself. Last week, I got out of order here. Last week, though, let's hit those numbers because we had some folks who went out on Friday after the team call. And guys, for those of you who are brand new, our turn-in for the week doesn't happen or doesn't cut off, excuse me, until midnight Eastern. So midnight Eastern is the cutoff for the week on Fridays. So after we get off this call, several people have appointments today for the rest of the day. Friday is a great day to sell. I mean, people are kind of winding down their week in a good mood, ready for the weekend. So perfect time to be talking to people. So take advantage of that. Last week, we had some people do that. Terry Myers, and I should have added this up because my report kind of breaks them out, had 4 applications and looks like quick math here, about 1,800 APV. We had Jenny Gray go out and write an application for $821, and Stella Dinwiddie application for $1,072. And looks like Donna Bates also with an application for $905 APV. So great job. And that's a great way to finish out the week, guys. Nothing feels better going into the weekend than having an extra, it doesn't matter how much that dollar amount, just that extra application rounding out your week always feels good. So great job, everybody who went out and finished the week strong. Some announcements. Let's talk about, we have, so conference, guys, next Friday, so a week from today, at after the events on Friday, and I haven't looked at the agenda. I'm assuming they end somewhere around 7 o'clock. That's typically the ending time. 8 o'clock, we have reservations at a local restaurant just a few blocks from the conference center. We'll be posting that. We've got a infographic that has probably already been circulating, but we'll, from now until next week, we'll be obviously putting that in front of you a lot because we want everybody who's attending conference come hang out, associate, have a great time, relax, get to know each other. I mean, yeah, this is going to be fun, guys. The opportunity for all of us to kind of get out of our Zoom world and get face to face and get to know each other. So we're looking forward to meeting you all, not all, but a lot of you for the first time in person. So that's going to be exciting. So, but keep in mind, next Friday, 8 o'clock, and again, be watching for details. We'll get that posted up. Let's throw it over to our agency owners. We'll start with Stella. Do you have any announcements you would like to post up for your team?
Thank you, Chris. Absolutely.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm just so excited to see Terry with those 13 apps because, folks, if you are new and you're not getting onto that fast track with Quality U, oh my goodness, we have seen great success, not just with Terry, you heard her talk about it in the past week, but with other team members that have actually just gone back and now they came back and wrote one app. And I'm sure if you were on that national call with Brandon and Casey, I just want to give a friendly reminder, just at least if you're new, get in one app, even one app a week, get that consistency. You'll get more. I know you want more, but to get more, it's going to take more dialing, but just get in at least one app. I just want to, encourage you to do that. And just one little thing is just fail forward fast and put your focus on what you want to do to make your goal here. I've heard that this morning again, and I just can't stress it enough because I know there's a lot of people out there that, want more. So just fail forward as fast as you can. So that's really, I just wanted to add that, Chris, because it was heavy on my heart, because I know it can become a challenge for some people who are brand new. Just went through that with my son, who's doing it part-time yesterday on a one-on-one call, and just, fail forward as fast as you can. So that's all I just wanted to encourage anybody out there who is trying, just as fast as you can. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for letting me share. Well, it looks like Chris is going to come back, and I'll just add one more thing that I can't wait to meet those of you that are going to be there next week. So that's it. Looks like we got
How about that? had a momentary that we had someone at the door here, so apologize. Okay.
He has a tendency to doze off and take naps at random times during the day.
Yeah,
okay.
what happened is my face fell and hit the keyboard and shut off my video. So here I am. I'm back. Mr. John Paul, go ahead and you've got
Yes,
some. Actually, you've got a huge announcement. I'm excited to hear from your team.
Yeah, absolutely. So first and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Eric Sullivan and qualifying for Key Leader. And he and his organization and team climbing the ranks and definitely on fire, starting to put together numbers and make that run for AO as well. But in the process, already qualified for Key Leader. So, brother, I appreciate you, man. Love you. Great job there, man. Couldn't be more proud of you. Just totally blessed to have you on this journey as a business partner, man, and really excited for what the future is going to bring for you and your team and your organization. You've got some great people that you're bringing on. I've had a chance to meet quite a few of them in person at the Atlanta deal, and just looking at the activity level, the engagement, and the quality of people you've got coming into your organization. There's no question if you're going to make AO, and several other people are going to make AO. It's just a question of when. And it's just all about time, right? So huge announcement there. I know it was called out on the national call, but definitely wanted to make sure we gave Eric his props. And what I will do is I will actually just pause. I do have a few other announcements, but I'm going to pause right there and just give Eric an opportunity to have the mic and turn it over to you for just a second. Eric, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks. Thanks to everyone for all your well wishes and your expressions of love. And of course, thanks to John Paul Vetter. So blessed to be on this journey and everything with you as well. And just thanks to my team, so everyone, Brad Higgins, Natalie Hermit, Francina Battle, Mary Brown, Brian Erickson, Carmelita Green. And I'm just so grateful to have everyone on the team and everybody producing it and chipping in, and not just chipping in, but going after your dreams and everything as well. So, thanks.
Absolutely, and as part of that, Natalie has a good sized group of people that are under her, and then you've got some of your people that are direct to you that are already bringing people in, and I'm actually going to make mention of that here in just a moment. And in one case, I know Miss Mary Brown has her daughter come in. I believe it's her daughter come into conference with her as well. So that's when this thing turns into multiplication and not addition, right? So anyway, super proud of you, brother. I can't wait to see the next step on this and when you make AO. Okay. All right. So the other thing then is for conference. We've got two individuals, one male, one female, that are looking for roommates. I don't know if it was posted on Crew already or not, but I've got one male and one female in my organization that are looking for a roommate. So if you know somebody, or you got somebody you're trying to bring last minute, just trying to find a roommate to split costs in a room, let us know so that we can get those people paired up. We did have one extra room available that Natalie had in a block that she had reserved early on for. She reserved several rooms for her people, and all but one of those were going to be used. Somebody's not able to make it because of a family situation, and I'm actually going to take that other room for my daughter and her boyfriend are coming with us as well. They are currently studying for their state license as well, so they're going to join my wife and myself at conference in Knoxville. So that worked out perfectly. Then the other thing I was going to talk about, just some kudos here, is just really, well, I'll go back. And again, on the $1 million thing, Chris, I forgot to bring that up as well. I was so excited about talking about Eric's accomplishment, but I appreciate the kind words, brother, and your mentorship and tutelage. I remember when I came into this just 3 years ago, I didn't know anything about insurance. I knew a lot about direct sales and customer engagement and my background experience in this kind of sale and business. But I didn't know anything about insurance. And again, brother, appreciate the ad you put on ZipRecruiter that I ran across, because it's changed everything for me and given me, my final calling and my purpose. And I love what I do. I'm blessed to be on this journey with some fabulous people, and so excited for their success and what's coming in the future for them. But again, to those people that are on the call, it's not easy. So when you see these numbers and such like that, the leaderboards, it's easy to get wrapped up in the stars and glitz and glamour of thinking, wow, what's different about them? Why can't I do that? Or, ain't nothing different. They're just willing to take the lumps and bumps and bruises and keep fighting because they know how important this is. Period. If I told you the number of no-shows and cancels and hang-ups and dials and all that I put in the course of 3 years to net $1 million in place business, there's not a bottle of Advil big enough that you could take. but I know I expected it, right? I knew that was part of the journey and part of the plan. And, and if you have enough positive outcomes, it dilutes the negative experiences. If you don't have enough business on the board and you get no shows and cancels, it's easy to jump into a pity party for yourself, right? And crying your soup. But, if you got 15, 20 appointments on the board and you had, 8, 9, 10 no shows and cancels or people blocking your number, but now you still netted 7, 8 applications for 10 grand, doesn't suck. Okay, so what? That's part of the process, right? So I said all that to say this: stay the course. It obviously can be done. Go out and claim what's rightfully yours and make it happen. Speak it into existence. Don't let anybody keep you from accomplishing what you came here for, not even yourself, because that's the biggest challenge with most people, right? So again, thanks, Chris. I appreciate you and your mentorship, brother. Love you, man. I just, I'd be doing something else, but I wouldn't be doing this. And this is where I was meant to be. Okay. Appreciate you, man. But about conference, and I want to give a special shout out because we've got look, all 5 of the owners packs that I had, all 50 tickets were gone. And I'm working on a 6th now with filling tickets on that one, as you guys know. But that's a direct reflection of the momentum and energy of the people on my team. I didn't sell or assign all those tickets, right, myself. There's a large number of them that are mine directly, but it's my people and my people's people. And what I mean by that is this, as an example, Mark Roberts, as Sean Cochran coming on, he's the top of the leaderboards as a new writer this month, right? Sean's bringing 2 other people to conference with him. That guy, this is his first month. He's not playing around. He sees the opportunity. Not only is he all in, he's bringing 2 people with him, period. And then Mark has another lady that he knows in Chattanooga who's coming, and she's already bringing somebody with her. She hadn't even started. She hadn't gotten her license yet, right? Another situation, a new guy on the team that's doing really, really well on Lionel Anderson's team, Gavin Whittle. Gavin's bringing somebody with him who's bilingual. I did an interview with him last week, and the guy's he's all in. He's coming to conference and already got his ticket, right? Jenny has quite a few people coming, but one specifically is Lila Davignon. She's in Hawaii, and she's already got 3 recruits. One of the ladies she's bringing with her. The other 2 ladies have small children in the school. They can't make it on that short of notice, but they're already working on getting onboarded, right? So Lila's coming from Hawaii. So what I mean, people and people's people, right? And then as mentioned earlier, Eric has a good sized group of people coming, both for him and Natalie, but Miss Mary Brown, she's got her daughter coming in. She's joining us at conference, and my own daughter and her boyfriend are coming as well, Asia and AJ. They'll be at conference with us, right? So that's what I mean. Once you start to find quality people who see the vision and can reach out and get even one other person, it duplicates very, very quickly, right? It doesn't have to be all on your shoulders. So I would encourage you, if you're coming to conference, if you can find a way, see if there's a way that you can get one more person to come with you for next week. I know it's short notice. That's all right. I promise you, there's somebody that right now who's in a miserable situation. They may have on social media, looks like they're doing great and everything's peachy keen and they're doing amazing, but behind the scenes, hold on, Paco, sorry, the guys are here doing carpet in the downstairs in the theater. Sorry about that. But there's somebody that needs you to make that phone call, right? There's somebody that needs to hear that this exists. And that one phone call you make and that one contact you put out to somebody can make all the difference for them. So see if you can find one more person to bring to conference with you. It's that important. Okay. So with that said, I'll shut it down so Paco doesn't start eating the window off over here. So I appreciate that. And blessed to be on the journey. Can't wait to see everybody next week. Thank you.
John Paul, you got to fire that assistant. I mean, that's just terrible.
What's crazy is Paco's going nuts at the window. Kano and Sheba, the Rottweilers, are just sitting here chilling. They're just relaxing, and Paco's always got to, be extra. So that's all right. That's what Chihuahuas do, man, or Chihuahuas in this case.
When your security system hinges on a Chihuahua, that's that doesn't bode well for you, my friend.
I promise you, mine don't hinge on no Chihuahua. We'll talk about that later.
All right, guys, let's jump into some call. Great thoughts this morning so far shared. And quick note of what John Paul, what you said. Guys, I have seen people who the day before conference were, they had a conversation. Hey, this is happening tomorrow. If you're really serious about this, you should get there. And they show up. So until we actually are in our seats and the music's playing, you still got time to get there, or you still got time to get people there. So pedal down. We've got a week. Let's make it happen. All right, guys. Topic for the call this morning: pursue excellence, and success will follow. Where does that come from? It actually comes from a gift that I got from Marshall Whalen this last Christmas. Agency owners in the hierarchy typically get something from the upline, and Marshall sent out a unusual gift. I say unusual gift because it's not one that I would have thought of, but it was very well. I'll just describe it. He sent a very nice set of wind chimes, and they're beautiful. When we got them, we were kind of like, I'm not sure we want that racket going on, but they're actually very melodious. They're very calming, soothing. We hang them out beside our front window, and when the wind's blowing, you just hear them going in the background, and very soothing. But on that set of wind chimes, there's a little, I don't know what you call it, a little plate that hangs down below that has that saying on it: pursue excellence, and success will follow.
Yep. Mine are on my deck. I just hung them up out there yesterday. I was able to unpack them and hung them up on the deck yesterday. Yep.
Yeah. So John Paul knows what I'm talking about. It's just really a beautiful set. But it's interesting. I was reading this week and going through kind of or maybe actually probably a couple 3 weeks ago, because it's kind of been on my mind for a while. But doing morning reading and listening to those chimes and watching that plate spin around and seeing that little saying keep flashing in front of me, and it kind of, it sparked a memory. It sparked a process, because every year Symmetry, our parent company, puts out their word of the year, kind of our focus word. And we actually did that I believe it was last year. I did that for the team. And the word I chose was excellent, excellence. And, it's interesting. In life, it's hard for people to maintain a high level of energy, focus. I mean, we're not wired to just go 100 miles an hour all the time. So, there's ebbs and flows, but part of that you have to watch out for. It's easy to lose focus so much that you actually fall back, you actually pull back, you actually kind of get off track, so to speak. And so, it seems like some of the best and most successful people have figured out how to balance that. They keep that focus. When they need to recharge and pull back, they do so, but they do just enough to kind of re-energize and then go back up to full energy. And it's that kind of that ebb and flow. But it's easy to get off track. And I feel like that's, we have got a great team and we're growing, but I want to bring that word back up in front of us: excellence. Pursue excellence. Because and this starts at the top. I can tell you, I feel like I've lost focus a little bit. I mean, you get so heads down in the day-to-day, in the conversations, and working with clients, working with agents, trying to, what's our next move? How are we, the irony is, how are we going to be excellent sometimes gets in the way of being excellent. And we get so caught up in the details. And so, I'm coming before you today and saying, we're bringing this back into focus, this word excellent, but we're going to talk about it from a little bit different angle. The thing that there's several little things that just keep kind of poking at this in my mind. And on Monday, the sales call. If you're on the team, you should have been on that sales call, because the national call, those are the not missed calls. So never schedule an appointment for that. Block out whatever you got to block out. Make sure you're on those calls. And if you were on that call, what you heard was an agent playing a voicemail from a client calling and talking about her husband. And it's interesting, she doesn't say what happened in the voicemail, but you know exactly what happened, because she intros the call introducing, and this is a voicemail, she's not her talking to him. She's, this is my name, my husband was, and she said his name, and that breaks down into tears. And so what that call is about. That call is devastating. That call is the worst possible call anybody could be making, because that means that the ultimate has happened. And that sometimes and we get focused on our road, our path to success, and we need to be. I don't want to discount that. We have to be focused on our needs, our goals, our success. But what we do has impact far beyond what we can ever recognize until we get that call. And then after you've had several of those calls over a career where you've dealt with families and you've delivered checks, or you've had those conversations, you've walked them through that process. Guys, that, I don't want us to lose focus. Again, we have to be dialed in to what it takes to succeed in this business, and what it takes to make money and grow your business and take care of your family. But what I love about this business is the fact that we have lasting impact, generational impact on families. And by you going out and being successful, you're helping more and more people take care of their forever. And when I say it's not about, we get so focused on, I helped this person and that person, I helped this husband and wife, or I helped this individual. Now, you did help them, but you helped their kids and their grandkids, and sometimes even their great grandkids. I can tell you, when you take a family that loses a primary breadwinner, and you replace that with something that, they obviously would rather have the primary breadwinner, but in the absence, they need financial resources. And you replace that with something that they put in an account that generates money for them every month. That's a game changer. That's a game changer for that family and for multiple generations, because now, that they're not focused on survival. They're focused on thriving. And I kind of even got myself off a little bit, but I wanted to go on that tangent, because the more I think about that call, the more I think about that message, the more I think it's important for us. We talk about the why, and that's important. We got to get to the client's why. We got to get to our why. Why are we in this business? That helps us battle through the ups and downs. It helps our clients make difficult decisions, help our clients put themselves in that future place where they're having to make that call. Okay. So we talk about the why, but it's important to focus on that. But it's also, again, it's not just their why, it's all the whys of all the people that are going to come in their life in the future. Kids, grandkids, sometimes we've heard stories of people that didn't have a large family circle, and so they wound up donating a large portion to charity. So, when we're out there, that's why, I'm kind of bringing this focus back to excellence, because what we do is excellence, not only for our clients, but for the community at large, for the world at large. And sometimes that's all it takes for us to hit another gear, to keep going when we've hit that brick wall, when we get that person that cusses us out on the phone and tells us never to call again. Well, you know, unfortunately, they just hurt all of their future and their future generations and all the world around them by not only saying no, but saying no in a bad way. But that's not the person we can help or we want to work with. I love what John Paul shares, because, you know, he talks about the fact that, you know, on the road to $1 million, he's been hung up on, you know, countless. I mean, we probably couldn't even put a number on it. He's been cussed out. We probably couldn't put a number on that. But he kept picking up the phone and just talking to the people he could help and protecting those futures and those generations that he could protect. And so for this word excellence, guys, it takes buy-in from the top. So I've got to up my game, and I'll be here the first to confess that, you know, hey, I have let off the gas too much. It's easy to do. I'm recommitting to excellence, but it takes buy-in from all levels. You know, it takes buy-in from John Paul and Stella, agency owners. It takes buy-in from these top level leaders. Eric Sullivan just broke out as key leader. You know, Donna Bates is a team leader. I'm looking at the names here to see if I'm missing some of our other team leaders or on the road to key leader. Natalie, you know, has got a growing team, may not be quite the key leader yet, but she's got a growing team. It takes commitment from the leadership, and then it takes commitment from the sales force that you're on your journey, and maybe you're here just to sell and you have no intentions of building a team. That's fine. You know, again, this is a choose your own path book. You get to choose your adventure, but choose excellence in that adventure. You know, I go back, I wrote down the Zig Ziglar comment or statement. It's kind of become cliche, but it is so powerful. Help enough people get what they want in life, and you will get what you want. But you know, it's interesting, that statement, because, you know, excellence, how do we define excellence? Well, I looked it up. Excellent is the quality of being outstanding or extremely good. But as we look at that phrase, there's a hidden word in there. I'll be honest with you, I've read that, you know, as I sat and I looked at those chimes, I read that over and over and over again, even in prepping for this call. To be honest with you, it just hit me a day or two ago. There's a hidden word in there. The statement says, pursue excellence and success will follow. But there's a word hidden there in plain sight. Pursue. And the definition of pursue, I actually looked it up. To seek to attain or accomplish a goal over a long period. Now, I'd never really stopped and thought, I mean, pursue, and there's actually several different definitions as with any word, but pursue in the terms of what we're talking about, to seek to attain or accomplish a goal over a long period. That is such a huge phrase. So hidden within that, to pursue, you know, excellence, that's the end goal. And sometimes we get too focused on the outcome. We get outcome based. And again, we got to have a target to go for. We got to have a desired, you know, let's call it destination, but we have to have something that we're shooting for. And that's excellence. But we can't be focused on the outcome. We have to be focused on the journey. How to get there. Or equally focused. I shouldn't say we can't be focused. We have to be equally focused. And that's the trap. That's the trap of this business. I can tell you, I've been here over 5 years now, 5.5 years. And I've seen it over and over and over again. I think everybody comes in, I don't question this. Everybody comes in with that goal, that desire for excellence. But that pursuit, that's what we miss. And within that, we drill down even deeper. And I love that phrase, over a long period. Because, you know, the old statement, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. But John Paul, that $1 million journey, and it's still going, was a lot of steps, and a lot of those steps are painful. You know, we're in a microwave society. I call it a microwave society. We want to be able to throw it in a box, hit a button, and 30 seconds later it comes out piping hot. And we're ready to go. So my encouragement to you this morning is to refocus. You know, as we come into conference, go to conference with that mindset. I want to refocus. I want to recharge. Yeah, we're going to get new tools, new processes. We're going to learn things that are going to help our business. But one of the biggest things, and guys, there's no end to the amount of training, not only in our company, but in the business world in general. I mean, training, you know, training is everywhere. You can trip over training, you know, walking out your door. Training is everywhere. Mindset, mental, that happens within your ears, in between your ears. And that all happens with what you feed it. So as we go in a conference, and as you're prepping to get there, and you know, there's a lot of work to get there. I realize, you know, planning travel, family schedules, et cetera, et cetera. But as you walk in a conference, I want you to be tuning in and quieting your mind to start absorbing that. And think, what can I take away from this? So number one, help my focus of excellence. But number two, help my pursuit of excellence. What can I do to steel my mindset, to harden it, to make sure that on those days, and we all have them, where it just seems like everything that you have put together for that day absolutely blows up. You had 5 appointments scheduled. Everybody was just happy to talk to you on the phone. I mean, this was the perfect day. And one by one, either they didn't show up on the screen. They called, well, my dog swallowed a ball of yarn and I've got to go to the vet. And, you know, whatever, I've got a hangnail. Can we reschedule? And the entire day falls apart. But what are you going to do to quiet your mind and focus on that excellence and on that pursuit of excellence? You know, one of the things that came out of that call on Monday that really caught my attention, and I don't remember if they canceled 3 times or this was the 3rd time that he had scheduled that family when he sat down with them to write that policy. Guys, you realize, and I'd say a lot of people don't, because if you're new to the insurance industry, you may not know a lot of the history, a lot of the background. Let me just quickly tell you, there's nobody else in our industry who does what we do in the way of follow-up, in the way of tenacity, because there are a lot of companies out there, and it's an old industry mindset. You know, we're going to kind of pick the low-hanging fruit, and that's what we're always after. But excellence is going back and trying to get that appointment back on the books, trying to help that family, even though they don't think they need help. Because I guarantee you, on the day that lady made that call, she needed help like nobody's business. She needed help like she never thought she needed help before. And people they won't understand that, and they won't even get it after they've hung up on you on the 3rd time. But you call back that 4th time and you get them on the calendar and you get them taken care of. Guys, that is pursuit and that is excellence. And you know, it's interesting, John Paul, while you were talking, because this ties in, you know, for a lot of people that come here, they want to, you were entrepreneurial minded. We want to build a business. And that's what this offers us. It offers us the choose your own path. You want to go out and produce and write a lot of business, make a lot of money, help a lot of families. And that's it. That's great. Mission accomplished. But if you want to build a business where you can help other people become successful and in turn help hundreds of other individuals, guys, John Paul at $1 Million Producer has helped infinitely more people than I could ever help on my own. and then having another agency owner as Stella, and then she's got a team. And last month we had what, 34, 35 writing agents. And I should look, see how many applications are we at so far. We're at 118 applications. Now, even as good as John Paul is, that's a stretch for him in a month, getting 118 applications. But as a unit, as a team, we helped 118 individuals, 118 families. You know, and you look at a Marshall Whalen who's been here 10 years, and you look at his weekly numbers. Had he not picked up the phone and started helping people himself, and then found other people to join him in the journey, how many of those people, and I'm going to circle back in, how many of those people would have been pursued by a lesser insurance company who would have called them, got a no, hung up, and moved on? And then that death that was going to happen happened anyway. And they didn't have what they needed in place. It's kind of chilling when you think about it. Had I not posted that ad, because you got to remember, John Paul, remind me, that's 2018, wasn't it? Do I have my years right?
Yeah, it was in the spring of 2018.
I started in 2016, guys. So 2 years later, I find a John Paul Vetter. What if 2 months into this, and I've been running ads, and guys, I mean, I honestly don't want to know how many people I've interviewed in my career here, because it'd probably be depressing. I don't want to know how many people I've hired here and they gave up after 30 days or 3 minutes, because it'd probably be depressing. But when I find a John Paul Vetter, I find a Stella Dinwiddie, and I see that we've already, in the month's not over, helped 118 families. And that's all because I just stayed around long enough. Because I mean, just be quite transparent with you guys. I'm not innovative. I'm not, you know, I didn't build anything here. I didn't create anything. I copy everything I do. I see somebody else doing it. That looks like that could work, and I'm going to follow that. And I'm going to work hard at it until it either works or I need to switch gears and do something else. That's it. Secret to success. I just gave it to you. I didn't quit, because my statement, and this was to myself, I actually, when I started, I had a conversation with Jacob. I still have the notes from that conversation. But within that, kind of, you know, unwritten within those notes, I had a statement in my mind that I'm either going to succeed or this, or go down in flames. Like I'm going to be living in a van down by the river. For those of you who are old enough to get that reference from an old Saturday Night Live skit, I'm going to be living in a van down by the river before I give up and say this doesn't work. And I meant it too. I decided that it was either going to work or I was going to be absolutely flat out broke and have lost everything. And then I'll say, okay, that wasn't a good idea, and I'm going to go do something else. But because I made that decision, I decided, and trust me, guys, I can tell you some stories along the way. There's some things that have happened in my business that have set us back in ways that, you know, I never saw coming and wouldn't wish on anybody. But it happens. But had I not made that commitment in the beginning, that commitment to excellence and the commitment to the pursuit over a long period of time, it wouldn't have happened. And look, I'm at 5.5 years. I feel like I'm nowhere near where I need or want to be. So what does that mean? Well, I'm at the starting line. You know, I go back out today, and I go back out next week. I go to conference like I go to every conference, and I keep plodding along. You know, I keep doing what I need to do. Never feel like it's working as good as it should. Never feel like I'm getting as far as fast as I should. But that's success. It never happens as quickly as you think it should, or as easily as it should. I've just made the decision I'm going to pursue it. over a long period of time. So guys, that's my thoughts for the morning. Quick note here. If you want to break this down into its very, very base elements, what does it take to win? If you're just getting started, or maybe you're struggling, or you've been here a while and you feel like you've had a setback, whatever. Guys, here it is. 2020. 20-20. Submit 20 applications in a month. And if you're building a team, get 20 onboardings sent out a month. That's it. Now, it's a lot easier said than done. And I know it is. Trust me, it's a lot easier said than done. But just focusing on those two numbers. If I'm midway through the month and I'm sitting at 5 applications and I know my goal is 20, that means the back half of my month, I had better be hustling. I better be burning the candle at both ends. Ideally, I don't want to be halfway through the month and only at 5 applications. I should be at minimum 10. But if I'm not, that's okay. This is a business, and Stella loves to quote me on this, but it's so true. You can go from 0 to hero. You could start out the day at 0 applications and end at 5. And if you do that every week, 5 applications a week, 4 weeks a month, you're at your 20. That's how simple this is. It just takes a lot of work in between. And on the building side, the 20 onboardings going to take a lot more work than that. And that's one you may have to build up to. But if you work at it, you'll get there. And what you want to do, if you're wanting to build an organization, you want to get other people into the business that has the same vision that you have. People that want to go where you go. Because I couldn't have done any of this on my own if I didn't have all of you who want to go and win yourself, and several of you who want your own agencies and your own teams. Guys, we're going to wrap it up a little bit early this morning. Get you out 10 minutes early, get you on with the end of your week. Get out on a Friday. Again, Friday, super time to get some extra business in the pipeline. Be intentional about next week. I would be focusing on the weekend to try to get a little bit of extra dials in, maybe a few extra appointments. If you take the weekend off, that's great, but I would be loading Monday up hot and heavy. Monday, Tuesday, you better be cramming those full. Again, don't roll into conference with one eye on the checkbook and one eye on the stage. You have control over that. You have 100% control over that. All right, guys. All right, that's it for the day. I appreciate each and every one of you, and so excited. Cannot tell you how ready I am to meet you guys next week at conference. Get extra people there. Let's pack it out. And hey, if we overflow the restaurant next Friday night, well, I don't know. We'll put chairs out on the street and we'll eat out on the street. Well, let's get a lot of people there. All right, thanks, guys. You have a great weekend. We'll see you all next week in person.
Let's do it.